It means we're going live.
Gotta get
Hey,
all this shit
everybody.
together.
No, you don't.
I do.
Too late. We're already on screen. What's up?
Oh fuck!
Oh shit.
Oh,
Oh no, I have to be
man.
semi-professional.
Hide the drugs, guys.
I don't do that.
Okay. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to our, I guess, inaugural session of Extraordinary, because we always do things extra here. So
Got that right.
for those who are first viewing, this is basically my own little homebrewed up unordinary RP. Actually, I should pull up. There we go. Yeah, just pulled up the Fate rulebook set. So, this is an unordinary RP. If you don't know what unordinary is, it's a webcomic, rather a webtoon, because it's on Webtoon. That is basically, it's not so much a superhero comic as it is just there are a bunch of teenagers that all have superpowers and otherwise behave like teenagers do, constantly getting into fights, treating each other like garbage. You know, it's a good time. So I was like, let's do an RP about that. So now this is that thing we're doing. So going down the line here, Salty, would you like to introduce your character?
Yes. My character's name is Jody. She likes to kind of just be by herself and work on computers. Should I mention my ability or?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So her ability is to manipulate smoke and kind of use it, kind of like waterbending. Like think waterbending almost, but just with smoke.
However, she, unlike a waterbender, her ability to manipulate it is significantly lower than you would expect.
Yeah.
I actually don't recall. Did I say what her ability level was? I don't think I ever wrote that
I
down.
believe you said it was in I think you said it was pretty low though. I think you said it was between.
She's definitely a mid tier because she has some physical ability to actually fight. So
Yeah.
I would guesstimate around probably a 2.2, 2.3.
Yeah, I can see that.
Let me go ahead and write that down. Jody College ability smoke level 2.3. So yeah, a little bit of lore as a reminder to the players and little notification for the audience. Everybody's ability level is put in layers of 10, like increments of 10. So 1.0 is the absolute lowest, meaning you either have no ability or your ability is so minimal that you may as well not have an ability. Whereas 10 is you're basically God at that point. Nothing can phase you. And mid-tier is actually labeled as around 2.5 because that is where most people are. Most people's abilities are around the 2 to 3.0 ratio. It's once you start getting into 3.5 and higher that you get high tier. And then you go higher than that, around, I want to say 5.0 and above, you get elites. Once you get to 8.0, that's God tier. That's crazy strong. So Jody, as an example, is a little below the average of a mid tier. So she can still survive and have a decent life without having to kiss up to literally everyone, but she's going to have to kiss up to a lot of people. Because while there's only I think it's 5% of the population is high tiers, that's still, 5%. That's a lot more than the 1% that we kiss up to now. What? Anyway, So that's Jody.
Oh,
Vern, would you like to introduce your character?
I just realized I don't have a surname for her.
You're right, you don't. That's okay, though. I mean,
I only have a first name. Is that okay for now?
sure, that's fine for now.
Okay. Uh, okay. So my character's name is Susie, and she has the ability called Battery, which is basically like electricity. She can pull in energy and expel it, but she also generates it constantly inside of her.
Hmm. Correct. And one of the caveats for this ability is that she cannot stop generating electricity, right? Like she physically
Yeah,
can't.
ever.
Yeah. So she just needs to keep releasing it at varying points, or else she could fry her brain.
Yeah. As she gets older, she is able to hold it in for longer periods of time, but
Mhm.
just as her body just gets used to it, like, yeah.
Yep. Cool. And what is her current goal?
Become the ace of the high school. She wants to be the best of the best.
Yes, indeedy. So that is
The most
another.
popular, basically.
That's another important thing if you haven't read Unordinary to clarify on. Um, every school in this basically world, as far as we know, has a very specific set hierarchy that's kind of based off of playing cards, weirdly enough. Um, there's the king, who always rules the roost. They're the one that keeps, like, basically runs the school however they want to, more or less. In whatever ways the faculty don't already run the school, of course. There's the queen, queen, second in command. King is always the person, whoever has the strongest ability, whoever can win the most fights. That's the king. Queen is second best. They're the person that can beat everybody but the king. Similar deal with Jack. Actually, technically speaking, the way that the Jack shows up is a bit different, but we'll worry about that when we get there. And in very rare circumstances, you can have a Joker and an Ace. In the case of a Joker, the rare circumstances is basically there is someone in the school that is stronger than the king, and either nobody knows they exist, or nobody knows who it is. That is the rare circumstance in which you have a Joker. The rare circumstance in which you have an Ace, whoever's the strongest doesn't want to be the king. They just live life as a normal student. That's the Ace. They are so far above everybody else, so enormously powerful, that they don't even want to be burdened with other people. So, Ryoma, do you want to introduce yourself? Nil, would you like to introduce your character?
Yeah, sure. My character's name is Ryoma Hart. He's has a moderate, more like lackadaisical kind of outlook on life. He doesn't really care, because his from his upbringing, but a lot of that comes from his power, spatial command.
Mm-hmm.
There's a very large area around him that's sort of just under his will. He can move things, stop things, all that fun jazz.
Yep.
He sort of, with that, just thinks life is just something that you can just do whatever you want in. Almost, what's the repercussionless? There's not really anything anyone can do about it.
Yep.
That doesn't mean you should, be rude to everybody, because, like, people's feelings can be hurt, and though his power can stop things, you can still call me dumb, and he might get sad. So he just kind of, he would much rather share a thing of popcorn with somebody than, like, tell somebody what to do. Also, it pisses off his parents, so, like, that's a plus.
Cool. And would you mind telling me what his place is in the hierarchy of the school?
So if you were to take the top 10 students and someone told you only bring me the top 10 students of this school and put them in the room, they would walk in with 11 and just go, I don't know where to put him. He would then wave and just say I'm here to help. He doesn't, unless there's a good enough reason to. If someone's like, let's fight, he would go, you win. I give. Was that what you wanted? To the point where like he would let someone almost hit him and then try to feint that he was hurt. He's not gonna let himself actually get hurt. Like that's a bit too far. But he likes to pretend he's a lot weaker than he is.
Right.
Well, not yeah.
I was talking about your place in the hierarchy of the school.
Oh, the Joker?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was the thing I just finished talking about.
Look, all right. Anyway, yeah, he's the Joker of the school. A weird role that he kind of fits perfectly. He likes to go on all the little expeditions to other schools to see other strong people and all that. So,
once again, in case you didn't hear me, Nil, the Joker is somebody who is objectively stronger than the king. They have beaten the king. But nobody knows that. So, you are objectively in a position where you could become king at any time. You just choose not to. Nobody knows that you're that strong. So, I'm going to start us off with a question. When did you beat the school's king? We're starting this in probably, I want to say, like, sophomore or junior year of high school. You can place your character wherever you want.
Beginning of the year, and all, or
I don't know. When do you guys want to start it?
well, I would prefer probably like the middle of the year. School has already been a thing for a bit. Everyone's almost clicked into their patterns.
As a sophomore or junior year.
Oh, okay.
Whichever you prefer, really.
Okay. I could see like 1/3 of the way through the year, something like that.
Yeah, like right before like everything becomes just muscle memory. Like you still have to pay attention to doing things, but it's already where you're going and all that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you something on the side real quick, Basil.
Okay. Vern, I believe we discussed that happened in around middle school, so it's been like a year or two. I believe that's what we talked about, yeah.
I wasn't sure.
I'm pretty sure we said that it was around middle school that all that happened. And thank you, Liz. Welcome to the stream.
Okay.
So yeah, so a little bit into the year, like about a third into the year, I'm sorry, but I just want to clarify for full notice, which would you guys prefer, sophomore or junior year? You all do need to be in the same year for what I have planned to work.
I vote for junior.
Sam.
Sam.
Okay, cool.
Cool, good job. I always like it when it's unanimous.
Yeah.
All right, good talk, everybody.
Okay, so we'll say it's probably like, I don't know, sometime in October of your junior year. And yeah, we'll say like early October probably. And you are all attending Maudlin High School. I'll go ahead and type that out in chat for everyone's reference. Which is a public school for the town of Maudlin. That is, let's face it, pretty pretty terrible. It's not ideal. This is kind of the bad kids' school. This is the place that people go when they can't afford the good schools, or they don't have good enough marks, or their abilities suck ass. In the case of Maudlin, that last one is not the case, which actually makes things worse. Because this is a very violent school. Even by this world standards. Like, usually fights will be announced. There'll be like, we're gonna duke it out at this corner of school after school to determine which of us is placed more in the hierarchy. Can we get a faculty member to watch, supervise the whole thing? That organization does not happen here. Fights happen anywhere at any time. Doesn't matter what the hierarchy has to do with it. It's not just a test to determine the hierarchy. It is, you have something that I want, and I'm going to take it. Now, there is
already.
Yeah, there is a little bit of, you have what I want, I'm going to take it at other schools. But usually it's more like, hey, I'm above the hierarchy. What?
Huh? Sorry, continue.
Okay. Usually it's more like, hey, I'm the queen of this school. I'm going to take your pen now. And the other student will just be like, oh yeah, sure, here you go. Like, you're the queen. Freaking just make sure to beat them in turf wars. Like, that kind of thing. Here, there's some resistance, pretty much always. And that is very quickly quelled. It just immediately shut down. So, the person I was going to start with just muted. So, okay, great. Alright. So, Ryoma, given that this is the school that you are currently attending, today is Turf War Day. They've had this one planned out for a little while. Let me check my notes here. Where did I put down? I wrote the name of the other school down somewhere. Here we go. Today's Turf War is up against Volta High School. It's in a more well-to-do town with less criminal activity. So on the one hand, it means that there's probably more of a private school vibe there. Maybe the people that you're going up against, technically, have higher ability levels. But they've probably seen a lot less action. So, kind of a mixed bag, really. When you showed up, the other side comprised of a guy who looks much too skinny to be the king, but is indeed at the front of the pack. A girl with green hair and spectacles, and another guy who's even further at the back, like barely even present, with just kind of generic black hair, and looking like he really doesn't want to fight anybody. They show up, and they immediately look suspiciously at you and ask, "Who's this guy?"
He looks around, like, questioning, points to himself, gives them a big smile, and goes, name's Ryoma. I'm the Joker. You just ignore me. Just have fun.
No. See, the thing about the Joker is, that's a secret identity. You say you're the Joker, you're now the king.
Fair.
Because you can only be the Joker if you could be the king, just nobody even knows you're that strong.
Understood. All right, go with plan B then. He smiles at them, waves and goes, I was the ride.
To your front and left, Trevelyan, this very, this frizzle-haired, pale-skinned guy in a big leather jacket who's about a foot taller than you. I assume that you're not 6 foot. If you are 6 foot, he's like...
I'm 5'3".
Cool. He's a foot taller than you. Looks them in the eye, nods in your direction, and says, "He's filling in for our Jack. Don't worry about it. Fight's not going to go long enough for him to show up." And the other guy, this blonde little cherub that's even shorter than you are, scoffs and says, "Yeah, we'll see about that." To your left, the queen. I don't remember her last name, but I believe I called her Rachel. Cracks her knuckles, cracks her neck, and walks her skinny little red-haired rump up and says, "I'm the only one you guys are going to be fighting today." T looks at her like she just insulted him. "Don't worry about it, boss. You don't even need to lift a finger on these guys. Plus, you haven't been much of a fan for fighting lately anyway, huh? Don't even gotta say it, I can tell. So, who's going first?" The queen, your queen, Rachel, and this other guy, who introduces himself as Xander, start to square up. But you're almost not even watching. You've seen how this goes. Rachel likes to take every single fight for herself at any possible opportunity. She's so into this idea of getting stronger for strength's sake. She's got no other reason to bother. You figure she's plenty strong enough. She's already the frickin' queen, but that's not good enough for her. She coats her hands in this kind of whirring, watery, like, saw blade. Riptide. Her ability. Just as the other guy seems to be kind of vibrating his feet. You're not sure what's about to happen, but you honestly don't care. This kid's going to get cut to ribbons. And something a little more important happens in the background anyway. As T steps back and pretends to watch with you, he sighs. She's got a point. Turf wars don't even matter anymore.
Oh, don't say that.
You and I both know you could take my title at any frickin' moment you wanted.
He shakes his head. But I don't want it, and you like it, so just, what's the term? Buckle up, or strap in, pretend like it never happened.
I did like it. But the fact is, Ryoma, it did happen. Imagine that you bled, sweat, and cried your way to the top. Only to find out that somebody else was just born there and decided to climb down. Would the crown still feel good to wear? Or would it feel like a can on your head?
Well, maybe it's time to forge your own kind of crown then.
Fuck's that supposed to mean?
You're the one waxing poetry, and I decided to do it back. Why don't you, what's the term? Bruminate on it for a bit. Do that thing you do where you, lean on one leg and you look off dramatically. It's gonna be over in, 5 minutes anyway.
2. Xander's already crying for, release. He actually did manage to get a couple of bruises on Rachel, though.
That just made her hit him harder.
Yeah. Turns out Super Speed has quite a bit of hard-hitting power. Still not enough to take her down, though. She drops him and says, "All right, who's next?" "Rachel, you've already taken a bit of a beating. You might want to back down for a little bit, get some rest." "I'm not done." Forget this. Sanders stands up, walks back. Just forget it. You win. We forfeit. Crazy bitch. Excuse me? You know that look. She might actually send one of them to the hospital. She's well within your range.
Yeah, he leans into the king. Hey bud, she's gonna do something stupid. Why don't you go, stop it?
If you want her to stop her yourself.
That's a horrible plan. We both know that.
T turns around and walks away.
Oh, why do you suck?
You're the one who wants to stay secret. He doesn't care.
He just calls out, Rachel. They're not. You're really gonna try to fight people who are running away? There's no thrill in that.
What do I want you to roll for this one? Is there a diplomacy check in here or persuasion? There's
Just
not.
charm,
Yeah, charm. Go for it.
bluff.
Go for charm. Try to talk her out of it.
I
So,
don't know what that means at all.
okay. So it did actually. Does look like it rolled. Did it?
It doesn't look like it did actually at all.
Try
I got a one.
clicking it. Try clicking it again.
Oh wait, plus.
And bear in mind, the range of the rolls in this, highest you could possibly roll is like an 8, and that's if you get really lucky and have a high stat.
Fair. So in here when I click to roll, it says rating plus 4DF plus or minus. Question mark.
That.
And then I should just hit submit.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's see if you roll something. Okay, so it did roll something
so I got
different
an
this time.
average roll.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, she turns around, saw still going on her hand.
Oh shit.
Are you actually talking to me?
Apparently.
Well,
He puts his hands up. Look, don't.
yeah, she's gunning for you now.
Shit. He just goes, that's great, and then he starts running. Like he just starts running over to where T is.
Roll the running skill. See if you can outrun her. Oh crap! I didn't actually put
4.
down. Yeah, you got a -1. Sick. I didn't actually put down her running skill. What would it be? Let me see.
I got a poor, better than mine.
Let me go ahead and we'll say it's like a, I don't know, like a 2. Yeah, probably a 2. Might be higher, but we'll go with a 2. Yeah, she got a 4. She got 5 shifts on you. She is on you within seconds.
I don't want to use my power.
I mean, you can use your power. Just, do you really want to beat the queen?
No, that's the problem.
Well, would you rather go to the hospital?
No. I like to pretend I'm weak, but not if it's gonna cause me actually physical harm. So, I know she's rushing me with effectively chainsaw hands.
Yep.
Okay, I need to refresh roll 20. It's being stupid. Is she like going to like punch me in the gut?
She's gonna rip you to shreds.
Okay, so she's actually okay. So she's trying to hurt me.
Rachel does not hold back.
He's gonna use his power just for a second. To just kind of like hold her in place or like try to stutter her movements so she like either falls over herself or she just can't move for a second to give me a little more time to run.
Okay. So you go ahead and roll a will check, and I'll tell you how much you actually rolled. Nice.
Average.
Let me remind myself of what your ability level is.
6.3.
Thank you. So you're a 6.3. She's a 5.7? Something like that. 5.8. Okay. So you're about half. You know what? I feel like at this. Yeah. The higher you get, the smaller increments really make a big difference. So that's actually a +2, and she's going to contest that with her melee. So going to be rolling with a +3. Oh! So
Wow.
she actually does take a -1 because of the difference in your ability levels. But that's still, she still has 2 shifts on you. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up a thing. Oh, where's that thing? I had the thing. Is there like a... Perfect. Okay. Oh, whoops. That's too small. That's still too small. Okay. So, this is what's known as a damage sheet. Because she gets in close enough and you do not have fast enough reactions to stop her, you get nicked.
Wow.
Her
Hurt.
saw goes through, cuts along your shoulder, and she just coldly says in your ear, "Know your place. You're filling in for the Jack. You're nowhere near her level."
Well, she hurt me. He inhales. As he opens his eyes, they begin glowing, and he whispers, "No, learn yours. I want to send her up."
Cool. Roll a will check.
Oh, right, I have to.
Okay.
Fair.
She physically can't resist this. So, you grab her with your mind and just send her up. And she blinks. Fucking excuse me? For one turn, she's stunned. What do you do
he
now?
Gets up. He wipes off his coat, stares at her, looks at the ground, looks back up at her, and then just stares for a second. Apologize.
Cool, so she's gonna try for a missile. Let me just get this going. Here we go. Oh, that's a 0.
When she sends it, can I catch the missile? The
Sure.
saw blade?
Yeah, you know what? At a 0, you don't even have to try. It just stops.
He just looks at it, just stares, looks at her and goes, "Oh, I could say there was an accident with your powers. Don't fuck with me again, okay?" And then he just drops her.
Cool. Let's see. Okay, yeah. She doesn't take lasting damage from the fall. She just plummets down. And
Before he when she hits the ground, he looks at her. "Oh, by the way, this altercation never happened. Understood? Great. Come on, let's go home."
And just like that, you walk away, never looking back at the murder in her eyes. So, that's fun. There's another reason I pulled this up. So Susie, how you doing today?
I mean, she's probably just doing her thing, you know?
Yeah, she is. So Susie,
Hmm.
today, you challenged Lynette for her title.
What's Lynette? Who the fuck is Lynette?
She is the person directly above you in the hierarchy.
Right, I'm number 7, right?
I believe so. Got the full list pinned in our Discord chat.
Then that's number 10.
So no, Susie is number 9.
Yeah.
So
Oh, it says here that I'm 7.
where does it say that?
We wrote it on my thing. It says lucky 7.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Then let me go ahead and fix stuff up. Okay, that changes a lot actually.
I was because yeah,
I'm
in the
confused
group,
now.
it's in the group chat.
You-
It says she's at 9.
I've been typing
What the hell?
in all of the high tiers, so in full honesty, you've had your chance to correct me, but I'll go ahead and move stuff around
Where?
anyway. In the extraordinary chat. I pinned it. I pinned the message where it all starts, and then if you scroll down from that pin, you can see the other messages. But I'm editing it already.
How did I miss this? What the fuck?
I don't know.
Silly.
But I'll go ahead and fix some stuff.
Have any cookies?
What?
I
Oh,
want
I'm not muted by
cookies.
All right.
Yeah, I didn't see this at all.
Okay.
I was on the 2nd? What the fuck was I doing on the 2nd?
I don't know.
Well, at least you know now, huh?
Anyway, so now Susie is back at 7, and
Okay.
Lynette is number 8.
Okay.
So now you know who that is, and Susie's trying to take her title. So to clarify, Lynette
I'm trying to take
herself,
Lynette's title?
yes,
But
The hi-
Lynette's number 8.
which is one above you. Remember, in cards, the higher the number is, the more value it has. If you pull a 10, that's better than pulling a 7.
Oh,
Get me?
I thought Ace was...
Ace is the absolute highest because aces are the highest value card in playing cards.
Yep.
But that's the only point where the number 1 is actually highest value. Every other number goes in traditional number values because it's playing cards.
So is there no number 10?
There is a number 10.
Oh, okay. Hi, I am
The
so
number
smart.
the number
And-
10 I already had as a different person, but I went ahead and moved that around because, I had to move a lot of stuff around.
I'm so sorry, and
You're
I
fine.
love you so much and all of your work that you do for us as players. I respect you
criminy.
so much.
You literally just put yourself down like 2 levels in the hierarchy. You know that? Like,
I know. now I know that. I thought it was the other way around. Now I feel dumb.
You're fine. You're fine. Honestly, this is better. Gives you more to, look forward to.
Okay.
So, Susie challenged Lynette today.
Yes.
We're gonna start at after school, so it's the beginning of the fight. You challenged her. Like, where would you say this fight would happen? Would you have picked somewhere fairly open, or with like a lot of terrain stuff to use in a fight? And as a reminder, Lynette's ability is photon emission. So she can basically shoot lasers out of her hands.
Could probably pick somewhere with terrain. Somewhere where she can dodge around, possibly get the drop on her from above, something like that.
Okay. Now you tell me, what part of school matches that description?
Okay. I'm thinking. There's gotta be like so it's just like a normal ass school, right?
Structurally, yeah.
Is there like, I don't know, like a park nearby, or does it have to be on school property?
It doesn't have to be on school property. It can be pretty much anywhere as long as it's agreed upon. And Lynette would agree to anything. She's very chill.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So she'd probably want to do it in like the park nearby. There's like a wooded area. It's got some thick tree lines that she could like dodge around in and fucking get the drop on her possibly.
Cool. Lynette's response is, smart, let's go. And of course, there are many spectators. There always are with fights like this. Stuff that's actually prearranged.
Oh, she wouldn't have told Lynette that she wants to get the drop on her. She would have been like, I want to fight you in the forest.
Okay, but you say you want to fight in the forest, and Lynette says, smart.
Oh no!
She knows how to fight.
She knows battle, my guy.
She knows my plan.
Is this while I'm on a turf war or after?
This would be while you're on the turf war. Turf wars always happen after school.
Damn, I can't place bets on this.
So, yeah. There's lots of different spectators all over the place. They're keeping a wide berth. They know Lynette can shoot fucking lasers, and they know you are you. So
I'm a little unpredictable.
They're keeping their space. I want you to tell me, how long has Susie been building energy for this?
Oh, honey. If she's not careful and not thinking about it, you see the sparks come off her fucking fingers. She's been storing it for like 2 days.
Okay.
It's becoming too much for her at this point.
Cool. So, you're very much overloaded. Good to know.
Oh yeah.
So
it is taking all the effort to keep it contained right now.
Right. Lynette walks the customary, I don't know, 10 feet away from you. Turns back to look at you. And this skinny little blonde with braided hair tilts her head and says, all right, you can start.
You're not... So, why are you being so casual about this, dude? The fuck?
She shrugs. She's like, to be honest, I'm pretty excited. I was wondering when you'd start this. Plus, I've seen you fight before. It's pretty cool. But I gotta be honest with you, Suze. We may be the same ability level, but I just don't think you can beat me.
She does not like being called Suze. I'm gonna say that right now. So she is already annoyed by that. So she'll twitch her eye and then activate her ability and just fucking bolt to her left past the trees.
Cool. Roll me a running check.
Okay. Don't fail me now. So it has a 0 in it. Do I just leave that?
Yep. Okay, sick. Uh,
Ooh, that's a big
Did-
number.
were you applying your ability at the time, by the way?
Yes.
So
like I think I mentioned before, her it allows her to like cancel out the friction,
right.
so that way she can just.
So that 4 is now a 6. That's a superb. Superb
Woohoo!
plus, I think, actually.
Let's go.
You are, like, Lynette blinks and you're gone. Like, you're
Yeah.
already fucking 5 trees along, closing in on her right. And, oh man, I guess I'll roll an awareness for her, just to see if she's able to track you.
I'm gonna fucking clothesline that bitch.
Absolutely not. You are 5 shifts above her. She cannot track you.
I'm gonna fucking grab her and yeet.
All right, go ahead and roll
With
an
the
unarmed.
Force behind me.
Yep,
Unarmed.
unarmed, yes. Okay, so usually with your ability, that would have been a 6. Now, because you already built up speed, I want to say that's like a 7? Maybe an 8?
Oh, this poor girl.
I don't know. Let's see. Where did I put her skills?
I'm Sanic. I gotta go fast.
All right. Cool. Okay. Breaks even. So you get 2 shifts on her.
Okay.
She doesn't manage to track you. But she doesn't fully need to. The moment you cross out from the trees and reach out to grab her, she's already shooting out a laser, using the momentum to push herself away from you. Of course, electricity is still electricity. Even just your hand getting close to hers sends some of the volts along her arm and burning through her body. She winces as she pushes back, and she's like, well, damn! Right at the gate, huh? And she's going to go ahead and try for a missile attack. Applying ability.
I would like to dodge the fuck out
Yeah.
of that.
Go ahead and roll acrobatics.
Oh. Acrobatics? I don't just run.
The should you be able to use running for this one? Because you did just pop all of your momentum into just getting to her.
I still got charge though.
You can use running on this if you just keep going the same direction you were. She is dodging to your left. If you do that, you are putting more distance between you and her.
That's fine.
Okay, go for it then. Traditionally, acrobatics is the dodge a missile attack. Is the dodge a missile thing.
Dodge. I did not dodge.
You got clipped. Not as bad as a full hurt. So, you barely get scraped by this laser coming from her left hand. And now there's a lot more distance between you and her. Distance is bad news against her. What do you do?
She's going to try to circle around. See if she can't make her way back towards her.
Okay, just more running?
I put a lot into running because speeds.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, more running. More run. That's
Okay.
run.
So that's like a 5. What would she do in response to this? Let me take a look at the list of skills.
I'm Sanic. I run. That's it. That's what I do.
Okay. Yeah, I think she'd try this. No, I guess she would just keep trying for awareness. Her ability doesn't affect her awareness. But, okay, so you've got 2 shifts on her. You're not going to get a damage boost to this one, but you are going to be able to catch her by surprise. So,
Okay.
I assume you're just going in for another quick, like, speedy punch or something? Or are you going to try something different?
I want to get in close and actually try to fight her.
Mm-hmm.
I want to maybe possibly knock her off balance with like a shove and then bounce like back off of something towards her.
Okay. So you're not going for a full on impact, more of like a just destabilize her.
Yeah. So
Give
if
me
I
a-
go head on, then she'll just fucking shoot me.
Give me a bluff check.
Bluff. Okay.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Yeah, because I know you can hit her. But can you pretend not to hit her? Like, can you hold back in this condition? And I don't think you can.
I mean, I was gonna like shoulder check her is what I was gonna do.
Shoulder checking at your speed is pretty damn powerful. Her ability does
Yeah.
not increase her endurance at all.
Yeah.
You're more likely to break her shoulder than to knock her over.
Ooh.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, she
So,
doesn't want to fucking kill her. She just wants to beat her ass.
and yet, you rolled a -3 on your bluff. So,
Oh no.
go
Did I
ahead
just
and
fucking break her shoulder? Oh no.
go ahead and roll an actual unarmed check now, and we'll see what happens.
Oh god.
Okay. So that +2, that's like a 7. 1 shift. So
Is she okay?
she's just clipped. She's
thank
totally
God.
fine. And as you rush her, trying to like shoulder clip her to try to get her like spun around, disoriented, maybe spun onto the ground, she holds up her hand in front of your face, which is the reason she gets clipped at all.
Oh no.
I'm gonna need you to roll endurance. Rather than a laser, a brief, wide-range flash of light floods into your eyes. You are blinded. You will take a -2 to every check relying on sight, and you are currently careening at a speed far too fast to be safe. I'm gonna need you to roll acrobatics.
You were gonna make me roll acrobatics somehow. I see.
It's
I
the
see you.
it's the dodge a ranged attack skill.
I see you.
All right. Thankfully, you managed to roll pretty damn well.
Thank God.
So you don't go smack into a tree like George from the Jungle. You manage to grab onto a tree instead and shelter yourself behind it for a few seconds.
That
However,
tree is getting fried. Ugh.
yeah, go ahead and roll another endurance check for me.
Okay.
Oh, cool. You get clipped as the tree does indeed get fried. Like it is on fire. And
By me or by her?
by her, 100%.
Oh, okay.
She just fires off a barrage of lasers into that thing, superheating it in an instant. Of course, your ability is based on like electricity, which is very hot. So you've got a decent resistance to that, and you just come away with like little cinders on your back and almost nothing else.
Okay.
So Oh. I should actually read these damage sheets. I should have been applying -1s to her rolls. I'll make sure to do that from here onward. We'll say her injury from your first slam into her is now starting to catch up.
Okay.
And she hasn't managed to land like a really solid hit on you, like at all.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll another endurance check real quick to see if you manage to regain some amount of your sight. Nope. You are still pretty dizzied, pretty blind, not sure where she is or what's actually going on. What do you do?
With my eyes fucking shut tight and burning, I push down and suppress as much of my electricity as I can and try to feel where the fuck I'm at.
Roll an awareness.
And where awareness? Okay.
Sorry. I didn't know there was more to that.
She's trying to fucking hide so she can
Okay.
recover.
Okay. So now that you've got that, go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Says I have a +1 in it. Come on.
Oof. Okay. So unfortunately, you're not exactly well adapted to trying to sense the world without your eyes. And as you're trying to locate somewhere that you can lay low for a bit, you trip and fall on your face, giving her a very easy target. Okay. Now, I want to make this clear. You are able to run. But if you apply your ability while running, you risk running into something and taking as much or more damage than you would have before.
Alright, I'm not gonna activate my ability, I'm just gonna run.
Okay.
But that's something coming at me, so I need to dodge it though, huh?
I specified that you can run to say that you can use run to dodge this.
Oh, okay.
Like, in this exact moment, that is reasonable. She's aiming at a prone figure. If that prone figure moves fast enough, regardless of acrobatics or not, they can dodge this hit.
Prize.
Fuck. That's 7 shifts. You're taken out. You fall on your face, and as you try to struggle blind to get up and get away, you are shot on the side of the head.
Even with the -1?
Oh! You're right! Thank you for reminding me. I completely forgot about that. You are still shot on the side of the head, but she was making sure to pull back the energy so she didn't kill you. And she wound up pulling it back a little too much. You are still injured. You get a concussion from the blast. Which is going to apply a -1 penalty to most actions until that injury is healed.
Okay.
But you're still in the fight. And we'll say that blast is enough to addle your brain a bit and get your vision spinning back into focus. So you can at least see. So, what do you do?
Now that I have my senses back, I guess I'm just gonna fucking tackle her. I'm just gonna fucking go in.
Alright. Rolling unarmed. Okay, so that's a 4. Yeah, she's just gonna try to dodge it. And she does. By a mile.
How is this woman? What the fuck is she? What do they feed these kids?
You started this fight with like a +7. Don't at me.
I'll say, if anyone's should be saying that, it's me, man.
Fuck are they feeding
Um,
these kids?
Yeah,
So I just
Lynette just jumps, shoots two beams underneath her, propels her up into the air, and away from your fists.
well, she's in the air now. I'm gonna fucking point my hands up and just fucking let fly.
Not before she does.
Damn it.
Classic turns. Okay. Are you gonna... Well, I mean, you kind of have to try to dodge this one with acrobatics.
Alright.
You don't have any momentum going for the run, so...
Fucking god.
Alright. So that's a 4. You are hurt. That's another -1. Or wait, no, that's hang on, that's let me redo my math real quick. Keep forgetting about this. So that was actually 2 shifts away, so she still managed to dodge, but it wasn't by a lot. And then this is actually 4 versus a 1. No, 4 versus a 0. Because your acrobatics, you take a -1 with your injury. So, yeah, you're still hurt. You are still going to take a -1 penalty to all actions for the duration of the scene, in addition to your injured penalty. So, she manages to blast you in the shoulder. You're going to try to hit her with something while she's in the air?
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking point my hands up and just fire it all out.
Okay, roll a missile attack.
Just all of
That's
it into the air.
3
Everything.
3 minus 2 is 1. And... Oh, wait, hold on. You say you're pouring everything? As in the remainder of your charge into this?
I've probably used half of it by now from the running.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't want to put all of it in. I just don't want to kill her, so I'll put half of it in. Half of the remainder in. So it's
Okay.
still like half a day's worth of charging.
Okay, we'll say that boosts this number up to a 3 total. So, she's...
It's like, I don't want to kill her, I just want her to fucking stop.
Okay. Negligible. No actual impact. As she, given that, she's able to use lasers to dodge things, usually by using them to push her, she can dodge mid-air attacks. So, she manages to dodge this. Barely. But she does. And she's sticking to a tried and true. Just blasting you in the face. At this point, you can stabilize yourself enough to try to run this one.
Okay. Yes.
Wow. Not bad. That's so... Your ability actually makes a difference in that one. You managed to dodge this strike yourself. You're kind of just trading blows with no real change. So, what do you do?
Is she still in the air?
She's gradually falling. She hasn't quite hit the ground yet.
I want to bounce off something and fucking leap in the air. If I can get my hands on her, I'm gonna use the equivalent of like a fucking taser on her.
Okay. Roll jumping.
Okay.
Nice. That's a 3. You know what? I'd say that's good enough. You're able to reach her. Well, we'll just count it as an unarmed. Go for it.
I'm tasering
Ooh.
her. Go to sleep, go to
Wow.
sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
She is actually... Oh, man. No, logically speaking, she wouldn't be prepared for this kind of attack. Not when she's this close to the ground, but not quite there yet. With gravity already pulling on her.
Yeet.
Okay. Yeah, no, you're able to hurt her again. Okay, wow. Cool. You like hop against a tree for a second, build up energy into your foot, and push it out against the wood, just shooting across the park.
That poor fucking
Straight-
tree.
Straight to Lynette, wrap your arms around her in a massive tackle, and just unload voltage into her body. The two of you crash into a different tree as you push off just a few feet away from her. She's stunned for a second. She's not used to taking hits like that. What do you do?
I'm gonna rush to her and try to like hold her down. Like arm behind the back, whatever I gotta do to fucking
Huh.
get her to submit.
I don't know if I put a skill in for that. What would I put
Knee
that
in the
down
back.
as?
Like arm pinned, so she like palm pointed away from me so she can't fucking shoot me.
I guess that's still an unarmed, right? Because that's still like a fighting tactic. Yeah, sure. Go ahead and roll another unarmed. Okay, yeah. And she's using endurance for this.
If she
Which-
squirms, I taser her.
She has none of. We'll count that as a kind of hit. It's not an injury, but I'll actually go ahead and use black to mark this one to show that it's not an actual injury, but it does take the spot of one. She does have her arms occupied as you pin her to the ground, but she doesn't have her hands occupied.
I have one of her hands turned away from me, like I'm gripping it by the wrist and like facing it away from me.
Okay.
And the other one I'm pinning down with my hand while my knee is against her back, trying
she's
to
still
keep her from shooting me.
okay. She's not going to shoot you.
Oh, she's
Well,
gonna shoot
actually,
the fucking ground. Off we go.
Yeah, you know what? Go ahead and give me an endurance check.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
It's like endurance and unarmed are my two highest skills. God damn it. Has
Hey.
to work eventually.
Hey, 3 is like, there's a reason it says good when you've got a 3. 3 is really good. It's just that you're taking a -2 because of your injuries. But
Right.
she's currently taking -3 to like everything. So
Oh,
actually, that means you're good. She does fire a laser underneath her and kind of push you up against the log, but you've had way worse than that. You said you taser her?
I taser her.
Cool. You don't even need to roll. Under these conditions, that is basically just a guaranteed 2 damage. So that is an actual injury because of how much freaking lightning has been fed into her. She's very dizzy. She's not in a good place right now. So she's gonna have to pull out her last resort.
Uh-oh. I don't like the way you said that.
Okay. I'll need another endurance from you.
Okay. It felt like I felt like you were about to say something.
No, go ahead.
Okay. Oh fuck! Come on.
Roll running. Okay. You don't immediately lose.
Okay.
Let's go ahead. You know what? This would actually be a static.
Oh man. Oh.
Okay. You don't even take any damage, actually. But
Thank God.
you do have to let go of her to avoid those outcomes. You
Okay.
in a split second, you get this sudden uneasiness. You're not sure where it comes from, but you let go immediately and leg it just in time as you see the world around you. Your head's turned away from her. The world around you lights up. And you see beams firing off in every direction. Little tiny ones, nowhere near the powerful shots she was making before. But it's basically like a bomb just went off behind you.
Ah,
And
that's hot.
then you realize the uneasiness you were feeling was heat in your hands coming from her body.
Oh. Oh, shit. Okay.
You managed to both turn away and get a far enough distance away from her to not take damage from that ability. But
Okay.
she basically just shot photon emissions from every particle in her body. And
Is she alive? Is
she's
okay?
alive. She's alive. People's abilities generally don't like hurt them. You are a rare exception in that
Okay.
regard.
I
When you turn around, though, she is exhausted. She's already taking -4. That thing she just tried means she's taking -5 to every single roll she makes from here on out. She's basically done.
Oh, honey.
How
Just
do you do
call
this?
it. Susie is gonna, holding her side, just gonna walk back over and be like, Lynette, just take the L, man.
She looks up.
Susie
You
will
see
even
it
offer
in-
her hand.
Roll charm.
Come on.
You see it in her eyes. The fight's still in her.
Oh, so
She's about to fire off another shot. What do you do?
I guess I'll sidestep it.
Okay. For the paperwork, roll in acrobatics. Cool. You dodge it easily. And seeing you dodge it that easily, Lynette crunches her fist, slams it onto the ground, and says, "Fine. You win." Damn it.
Susie
worked.
breathes a sigh of relief.
I worked so hard for this one, too. She slowly gets to her feet and does take your hand.
Susie helps her up. And she smiles back at her. I worked hard too.
Oh, well, 7 really isn't that far from 8.
Hey, it's lucky.
Apparently. There's like a big cheer coming from the crowd as you two walk arm in arm away from the fight into the infirmary. And we cut to a different scene. Jody, are you there?
Hello, Captain.
Hi. What is Jody's usual after-school routine? Does she leave as soon as humanly possible to get home? Or does she have stuff she needs to do, like homework and things in the library?
She has her own kind of like self-home where she just practices coding and shit like that.
Okay. Does she do that at school, though?
I think she does that at school because she just likes with the shitty school computers.
Okay. So you're in the library, click-clacking away.
Uh-huh.
There's not a lot of kids in there today. You have heard about the fight between Susie and Lynette that's supposed to happen, but let's be real, you have more important stuff to worry about.
Exactly.
Speaking of which, as you look up from your work, just stretching out, you've been tapping at those keys for a minute. You look over to see Bella in the doorway, staring at you, smiling. Her silky smooth black hair running down her cheek. She's waiting for you.
Can I just try and ignore her? Like she's not there?
You can go ahead and ignore her for as long as you want. She's not getting out of that doorway. She's
Yeah, definitely gonna try to ignore her first and then look back.
She smiles, and this time she waves. As if to say, take as long as you want. I'll still be here.
Can I help you?
Actually, yeah. She walks in. Close, because, the librarian probably wouldn't like you guys to have a conversation throughout the entire place. It's not a big library, but it is supposed to be, quiet.
Quiet. Yeah.
She walks over, and she leans in and presents to you a project detail for the computer lab. Apparently, she got assigned it against her will at the start of the term, and ever since then, she's been harassing you to do her homework for her. You know the usual bit, right? I've got too much stuff to do. I mean, after all... Oh, God. I forgot her number. Hang on. After all, I am number 6.
Yeah, you're right. Like immediately, cold sweat.
You cut out for a little bit here. Cold sweat of what?
Just like you can totally imagine just cold sweat, looking away, shit like that.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
She says, "Great. So glad you understand. Well," and she puts her hand on your shoulder gently and forcefully and says, "Keep up the good work." And she turns around and leaves, swaying her hips side to side.
A massive the moment she is definitely out of earshot.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's gonna add us something to her list to do.
Mm-hmm.
So there's I need a cigarette.
Does she actually smoke? I do want to clarify that real quick.
Yes, outside of school though.
Okay, interesting. She's a bad kid. Then again, I feel like
honestly, I'm gonna be real with you.
Mhm.
This kind of place, dealing with this place daily, I don't know. I would.
Fair enough. Plus, she literally manipulates smoke, so I don't think that... I'm pretty sure she couldn't get cancer from this.
Yeah. Nah.
So, because of that, you're left staying in the library quite a bit later than you would have liked. Late enough to see another one of the high tiers walking in. Simon Zegas.
Thanks.
He runs the chess club. And surprisingly, he doesn't actually mess with a lot of people. Seems to keep quiet most of the time.
Okay.
But he seems to have chosen today, of all fucking days, to walk towards your computer. He's a kind of scrawny looking guy. Brown hair, blue eyes. Short. The kind of guy you would expect to be a member of the chess club. But you know what he's capable of. You've seen him trounce people, some of them higher level than he is. And he's pretty damn high level. 4.6. But he walks over. Hey, Jody. Got a minute?
Yeah, what is it?
Nothing big. Just... Look. There's something you ought to see. You're probably too busy today, but I was wondering if maybe, I don't know, sometime tomorrow after school, you wouldn't mind catching a train. I promise.
Train?
Yeah. And not too far out, like about 30 minutes, just easier than a car. Promise, I'm not about to try to jump a load here.
I'm okay with that. Just after school, I can assume.
Yeah. You might say that. Yeah, just, I don't know, meet me over by the train station around 6 o'clock tomorrow, if you can. Here's my number in case you need a rain check. Take as long as you need. And he slips you a piece of paper.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll see you there.
You got it. He turns around, and he leaves.
She's gonna sit back and she's gonna lean back and she's like, what's up with all these?
All these what? You cut out.
What's up with all the? I'm gonna blast this mic into the sun. She's gonna lean back and say, "What's up with all these people wanting my attention?"
Well, you really don't know. But I guess you're gonna find out.
And it's not like she's gonna say no to fucking number 5. So
Right. The next day. Ryoma, you get to school to hear all of these rumors abound that Susie has dethroned Lynette.
Hey! When he hears it, he claps his hands and goes, "Damn it! I would have had $10 on that. I'd be $10 richer right now."
All right. And after a while of listening in, you are able to confirm that the rumors are in fact true. Particularly when you see the aforementioned human battery walking around with a bit more of a spring in her step. She got the tonics. She got taken care of in the infirmary yesterday. So, Susie, you're actually doing pretty well right now. Now, you actually managed to kind of make a new friend over the whole thing, because Lynette was genuinely surprised that you managed to beat her yesterday.
Oh,
She was
really?
like, I honestly thought that if I could blind you, you were just fucked. Not gonna lie. And I was almost right.
Yeah, no, you were almost right. I don't even know what the fuck I ran into, but it hurt.
So, yeah. She, you're kind of surprised. I mean, you haven't really talked to her that much, but you kind of assumed that most high tiers were, well, jerks, which is accurate, but she's one of the good ones.
All the
Cool.
fucking ones I've met so far have been.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm not that bad.
I haven't exactly met you that much, have
No,
I?
Susie, explain to me why Ryoma gives you a bad vibe.
Hey, fair enough.
Have I
But-
have I sat down and had a conversation with him yet?
No.
Then he's a high tier. And the last time I hung around with a bunch of high tiers, I ended up in the bad place.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Ryoma,
Yeah, what up?
your goal is currently listed as basically looking for like someone who's already championing a cause so you can like supervise them, I guess.
I
Is that-
wanna. He's a little too apathetic. He's trying to find someone who cares enough about something that'll make me care about that thing.
Cool. Tell me why Susie isn't it.
Isn't it?
Yes. At least
Um,
not right now.
Because right now, she seems to just be focused on proving herself to everybody else instead of focusing on a greater cause than high school hierarchy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Sounds good.
I was about to say something, and I was like, to be fair, she hasn't actually made her ideas known.
Mhm.
It's just known that she wants to be powerful.
Right.
Yeah.
So as far as Ryoma's concerned, she's just another high tier trying to climb the ladder.
Yep. And I fucking hate high tiers, bro.
Fuck yeah. So you two will see each other down the hall. Susie looking all high and mighty, or at least happy. And
No,
Ryoma,
not high and mighty, definitely. Just happy.
right. And Ryoma looking like Ryoma usually does.
He
Is there-
smiles at her and goes, "Hey, heard about your win. Good job."
Thanks!
Not
And then she's
everyone
got
can
like
take
a...
on Lynette.
Huh?
Not everyone can actually take on Lynette and walk away smiling, but winning.
Oh, she's actually pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, see ya.
Nice. Okay. So we'd say today is
Susie's
what?
all like, what the fuck was that about?
We'll say today is like what? A Tuesday? Tuesday.
Yeah.
And Tuesday is Advocacy Day. So
Ew.
Wait, you wrote to me what that was. I gotta go quickly read that.
What the fuck is advocacy?
Advocacy is basically a class that meets once a week. Every single faculty member teaches an advocacy class. And they teach it to the same set of kids all 4 years that they are there. That the kids are there, to clarify.
Oh, I get it.
It's basically just like a 40-minute class where you get to learn about school events, and there's usually some kind of generic life lesson to be learned, like, this is how, I don't know, you avoid STIs or something.
That better be this class.
Nice. Star, to answer your question, this is basically,
What if I want to have sex before marriage? Well, I guess I just have to be prepared to die.
yeah, pretty much. This is a little, kind of a homebrewed role-playing system, kind of like D&D, that I made myself based on the webtoon Unordinary. I decided to entitle it Extraordinary because I am nothing if not extra. And these are my lovely players, Vern, Nil, and Salty. Who
Ella.
basically the whole premise of this
Hi,
is...
TV.
Well, do you know them?
Yeah, I know TV.
Oh, cool.
Hey, what's up?
If Salty knows them, that means they're cool.
Hell yeah. So basically, the premise is, what if high school, but everybody was super, and because everybody's super, no one is. Only
Syndrome.
there are some people who are super because their superpowers are just better than other people's. Like, just objectively, you have one character that can manipulate smoke, and you have another character that can just move everything within a 120-foot radius of them without restraint and without touching them. So,
Like that.
fair and balanced. So yeah, Tuesday, advocacy.
Yeah.
All three of your characters are in the same advocacy class and have been
convenient.
for the last couple of years.
Shit.
Your teacher's name, drawing a blank here, give me a second, is
Do you need a name?
Rita Nowak. She's a counselor, and she's actually a low tier, ability level 1.8.
Huh.
Okay, yeah, no worries. Thank you for dropping by, TB. Have a good night. So yeah, she's the school counselor, which we're definitely going to need one with how many people who suffer mental trauma here. And she's a very chill lady. She sometimes shows up to class with bruises, and you're not sure where they came from.
Oh no.
But she always shows up to class with a smile.
I love her already. We must protect her at all costs, gentlemen.
Yep, we're gonna save her.
Yeah. So
Good.
as each of you walks in, she says hello. As Susie walks in, she says, "Congratulations on your new ranking. That's great to hear. I know you've been working on it for a while."
Gives the biggest beaming smile, and she's like, "Wait, oh shit! What was the teacher's name again? I'm
Miss
not
Nowak.
smart. That's not." She gives the biggest beaming smile. She's like, "Thanks, Miss Nowak."
So, as you all file in and get to your seats, eventually, she calls for silence. Most students don't listen. She is a low tier. But she keeps teaching the lesson anyway. If they fail, that's their fault.
Susie probably sits closer to the front of the class so she can hear them. If
Um,
this is what it's been like all fucking year.
so, it says, all right, we have a lot to cover this week, so unfortunately we're not going to have one of our lovely little weekly sessions, but we might have a little bit of a tangent, depending on what we can get through. You know how it is. This place is always chaotic. For starters, the principal wanted me to bring up a bit of a political issue. I'm sorry for bringing this up so early in the morning, but, well, when the government wants us to talk about something, we kind of need to talk about it. So, there have been a lot more vigilantes cropping up recently. It seems like some copies of Unordinary have been floating around a bit more frequently. As you all should know, that book is banned and illegal. If you ever find any copies of it, make sure to turn it into the Bureau. But, when those copies circulate around, more vigilantes come up. And when more vigilantes come up, it's more people endangering themselves for no good reason. As a result, we have had 2 new deaths this past week. You might have seen it on the news. A couple of people claiming to be, what were their names again? Right. F Blast and the Myriad. Both of them dead. The Bureau has not released their identities to protect their families from any retribution off of the various criminals they probably brought into justice, which is a very kind gesture and very helpful, but it's not worth it with gangs like Ember on the loose. Just, if any of you end up getting any of these ideas, please consider signing up for the Bureau when you're out of high school. That's a much more effective way to minimize criminal activity. So, yeah, that's all we're supposed to comment on for that. We'll move on to a different subject. We do have another football game coming up, and I'm just going to skip through a bunch of this other stuff. It's not necessary. So, to explain for you players what all of that basically meant, there is indeed a book called Unordinary that it is rumored that if you read it, you're going to be changed or corrupted in some manner by what's in it. You know, it's kind of like the whole Mein Kampf philosophy. You read this book, you might become a Nazi. Only in this case, you might become a vigilante and risk your life for no good reason. So, because of these dangerous ideas in this book, it has indeed been banned. And copies are almost impossible to find. So, none of you even really know what it's about or what it entails. You assume it's some kind of political book. But lately, vigilantes have been getting killed. Like, specifically targeted and murdered by a gang called Ember. Always with the same effect, which makes people believe that Ember is actually just one person. Scratch marks and burn marks. Those are always found on the bodies. It's kind of their calling card. So it's just become more reason that the authorities are telling people not to do this vigilantism thing. It is generally dangerous, and they are trying to find Ember, but they just can't pull up any clues. They're very skilled at getting away. I would like to ask what, if anything, each of your characters thinks about all of this. What kind of opinion or stance you have on it.
Jody thinks they're all fucking idiots.
Cool.
All vigilantes and shit like that. It's dumb.
Mm-hmm. They are always
I
high
imagine.
tiers, but they're still stupid.
Yep. Stepping in a ground they shouldn't have.
Mm-hmm. Susie, Ryoma.
Susie thinks they're going about it the wrong way, but she has respect for them.
Cool.
Of course, she won't say that.
Ryoma actually likes them.
Nice.
He
I
thinks
figured he would.
that while it's not great, and maybe, and this is probably the high tier in him talking, maybe leave the difficult things to someone stronger. But the idea that they feel that passionately about something enough to throw their lives away in a fight that probably at the beginning they knew they couldn't win is a passion he so desperately wants.
Right. Okay.
So along with that, he now wants to find and read Unordinary.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Interesting. So,
Lock them up, boys.
we move on from advocacy class. Most of the day would pass by pretty uneventfully. However, during lunch, I would like everyone to tell me where and how do they spend their lunch period. Like,
You guys
usually.
You guys could spend your lunchroom not corralled in a single room like cattle.
Yeah.
That's how my high school was.
No, you were
Really?
allowed to leave campus during
yeah.
lunch period at my
Oh, no.
school.
The officer on duty wouldn't let you do that.
I would say in this case, you're not allowed to leave campus, but you are allowed to go wherever you want on campus grounds.
Oh yeah, Susie fucks off.
Ryoma's
she
probably-
leaves.
Oh, not like leave the school, but she is gonna fucking go where people aren't, even if that means like climbing up on the fucking roof
Okay, yeah, sure,
just to avoid people.
cool.
You know,
She
We
likes her
can't have this.
privacy.
I thought the same thing.
Oh, maybe we show up in the same fucking spot.
Great. You can get that side of the roof. We both want
Yeah,
to be alone.
basically.
Yeah. What about Jody? Where's Jody gonna show up?
Well, not to sound like a mimic, but
Was that your
I'm gonna-
idea too?
I'm gonna.
I mean, Jody would definitely be at least just somewhere else away from the group.
What
so
if all
probably
three of us?
like the side of the building. Thing.
Yeah, I
What
was
if the
going
three
to
of us show
say
up at the same fucking
uh,
spot at the same fucking time.
rooftops, culturally speaking, are usually reserved for high tiers. They will get very upset with any low tier that shows up at the roof. So
Yeah.
you would not go up there. You know better. But Susie, I'm gonna say Ryoma would probably get up there first. Ryoma, are you able to move yourself with your little like
Yep.
manipulation thing? Cool. So you would have just floated up there.
Yeah.
Susie would have had to climb, but she can climb. She's a good climber.
Yeah.
So you Ryoma sees Susie coming up from an open window, just grabbing onto the chain link fence, and as the two of you
She
look
knows-
at each
she
other,
knows how to scale shit like that.
yeah, Ryoma, you're looking at her while you're eating your sandwich, just like watching her do this.
Yeah. Just vibing.
I'm like holding the paper bag in my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not gonna help. I'm gonna watch.
Cool.
Unless she just like gets stuck, then I'll help her. But
She wouldn't get stuck.
No.
Sure.
Susie, I'm guessing you just like keep on keeping on.
Until she sees him and then she like stares at him for a hot minute.
Once she's like done with the window, he's gonna pipe up and say something. So she'll see him soon.
Yeah.
Once she's done like doing all that, he just calls from a little off into the roof. Well, I didn't think I was gonna see you here, Susie Q.
Susie Q.
Okay, but that's such a cute fucking thing to call her.
Well, that's the
She-
name she's getting. So
She like stops and like looks over at him startled for a second. And she's like, and like drops. Her mouth opens to say something.
Oh shit.
So she drops
And I-
her bag and then quickly catches it and she's like, I didn't think anyone was up here.
that's why I come up here. But there's plenty of real estate up here for other people.
I mean, I can go. I
You could
wasn't.
also stay.
She is off put by that, like extremely. She's like, "Fuck, why is he inviting me to stay up here? What is his ulterior motive? Is he
well-
gonna try to kill me?"
Well, now she's shown weakness in the face of someone who likes to make people awkward. So he raises an eyebrow and he just like hops up and like begins sauntering over. He's like, you know, for someone who's now spot number 8, I thought you'd be a little more, you know, fiery, little back and forth, but you're a little bashful.
I mean,
Oh, come on, Susie Q. He then just like motions to a corner. Sit with me. It's
Can
something
I-
I wanted to
okay.
ask you anyway. Oh God.
a flavor thing, real quick.
Uh-huh.
When she gets embarrassed and like blushes or anything, can her cheeks sparkle like she's fucking Pikachu?
Sure.
when she's like stuttering, they like spark a bit. She's like, sure, I guess.
Oh, we're gonna be best friends.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
So she like sits down, but she like keeps her like kind of a distance from him. Like, is he gonna fight me? Is he gonna attack me? Should I raise my guard?
He just like plops down, probably pulls out like a bag of popcorn.
Where the fuck did you get popcorn from? The fuck?
The corner store?
Oh yeah, I guess he could have done that. Yeah.
Yeah. I like popcorn. Do you like popcorn?
Yeah.
Good. If you said no, and then he just shakes his head.
Would he have yeeted her off the fucking earth?
That's what he is insinuating, but he wouldn't have no. Gotta mess with her.
Messing with her you are. She's
Look, I'm not even on that
uncomfortable.
hierarchy,
Mhm.
so it's fine. So, how you feeling being number 8?
I mean, I guess it's not that different yet.
And you think when you get to 10, it's gonna feel different?
When I get to Ace, it'll be different.
He like laughs a little, and goes, "Fair enough. You know that means you have to go fist fight a bunch of people all the time, right?"
And she like crosses her arms, like puts them on her knees. Yeah, I know.
And you want to spend the rest of your high school career fighting?
It's not about the high school career, dude. Uh,
Oh, you're here for what happens after?
well, don't I don't know if I should just talk your ear off.
He looks
It's
around.
it's dumb.
I'm all about dumb.
I like how that's
You
Ryoma
do
saying
seem
it, but
like
it's
that.
also nil.
Hey, hey!
Sorry, continue.
I mean, he's right though, Nil.
How dare
Uh,
This is bullshit.
Nil is completely offended
Also, hi,
because it's
sis.
true.
Anyway,
Sorry, must contain.
sorry. So,
She's like, look, I'm gonna sound dumb, and you probably really don't care to hear shit like this, but I mean, like, yeah, high school doesn't last forever. It's about what comes after.
And what are you gonna go for? You gonna join the bureau? You're gonna, I don't know, try to lead an office somewhere if you hit ace? Kinda can do whatever you want if you have that much power.
You're, yeah, something like that.
He raises an eyebrow. You know, you're not that great at keeping something a secret.
The
So what's-
sparks, the cheek sparks.
mhm.
He just like smiles at that. He's like, yeah, you also have that visual tell. It's cute. Don't get me wrong, but
It gets worse.
Yeah.
well, he sighs, stares at it. All right, I'm gonna remember that you do that, and it gets worse. And
Yeah.
anyway, so what are your goals when you leave high school? Unless it's something he leans in a little, different. Let me change my question. He then like pivots his body so he's facing her. How
Like
did you
turns
feel
her
about
head.
No, he turns himself.
No,
Like,
she said.
instead of-
She turns
Okay.
her head to him.
How do you feel about what the topic we had today in advocacy?
I mean, I get why they're doing it.
So you don't think they're stupid?
No, I just don't think it's the right way to do it.
What would be the right way?
There's only so much you can do with your fists. I mean, I'm doing a lot with my fists right now, but it's hopefully going to lead to a way that I can actually make a change.
What kind of change? With that question, like probably some of the popcorn begins just like lifting out of the bag and like floats just ever so bit. He's getting a little hopeful. She could say some lofty stuff right now,
Mm-hmm.
or she can let me down and I'll go home and cry later.
Aww.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're a high tier. You don't want to hear shit like this.
Oh, trust me, I want to hear it.
Vern, control yourself. She like looks off in the distance. It's gonna sound corny and dumb no matter which fucking way I say it right now.
Sometimes
So say it!
corny is good.
She looks up in the distance and she's like, Vern, come on, the words. I don't know. I want to change things. I hate the way they are right now. I don't. This entire society is built completely on what our power level is, and I just don't think that's right.
So you don't think the strong should lead the weak?
I mean, I don't think that the strong should get a free passage to whatever the fuck they want.
Interesting.
I mean, an ace can do whatever they want. Like, they can get whatever they want. If I can get there, I can. I don't know. I don't know yet, I guess.
So he stands up and like walks a little away from her. So your goal is to become ace. Use that position and power to try to, he laughs a little, change society?
An ace can do whatever they want, right?
He turns towards her, the biggest smile on his face. I'm in.
Huh?
He like moves towards her pretty quickly and like kneels almost in front of her. This
Oh,
giant
she is
smile on his face.
thrown back. She's like thrown back a bit. She's like, to personal space.
Yeah, fuck personal space right now. He's like, lofty goals, ambition. You've clearly thought this through at least a little. You've been actively making attempts. Yeah, why not? I'm in.
What are you even in on? What?
You want to be the ace, right?
Yeah?
Well, you're gonna need help.
Oh boy. So I'm gonna cut there. To something else that happens much, much later in the day. To a certain Jody.
R.I.P. Jody.
I would like to ask, Jody, do you show up at the train station like on time, early, late? What's the deal?
She would a little bit early, like 5 minutes early, I'd say.
Cool. You show up and oh god, what's his name again?
Simon?
Sorry. Yes, Simon is already there. Sitting at one of the benches with his backpack on. He looks over and says, "There you are. Huh. My sight was about 3 seconds behind. I gotta work on that. You would know by this point his ability is foresight. He can see a few seconds into the future.
Of course, he'd be in the fucking chess club. Little cheater.
I would love to hear her say that.
No.
So, yeah, that's what he says when you show up. Response?
Jody will. Well, at least you still saw me. So why exactly is this important to me? Not to be rude, but I just kind of sit at the computer. Something out of town shouldn't really include me.
That's exactly why it's important to you. Just wait until we're on the train. It'll be more crowded there. Harder for people to listen in.
Yeah, she's gonna definitely like. The fuck does that even mean? But she's gonna just give the side. All right, come on.
So, a few minutes later, the train arrives, and you both step on. And Simon very deliberately walks immediately to the middlemost seat of the middlemost bench in the center of the train and takes a seat and motions for you to sit next to him.
She will.
He waits a good 5-10 minutes for everybody to get on and for the train to start moving. Once it does, he waits just a little bit more. And then, at the moment when you're least expecting him to speak, he says, "Do you like being as low level as you are?"
No.
Me neither. Well, I didn't, anyway. And for a long while, I didn't think I'd be able to get any higher. I was wrong. Very wrong. I've seen Bella. I've seen the way she treats you. What if I told you that you can stop her?
Man, you see into the future and you make funny jokes? Nice.
Yeah, right now it is a pretty funny joke. You stay on this train for the next 20 minutes, and we can make it real.
What the hell are you on about? Listen, I'm gonna be real with you. This is as suspicious as it gets. And I know we're in a crowded area, and you can't really do too much in a crowded area. But this is how can I trust this at all? You come to me in the middle of me working, doing stuff, say this is important to you, and not specify. I
Right.
considered not showing up.
I know you did. And I'm grateful that you chose to come. Being able to see the future does mean that I know exactly what you're going to do. It doesn't mean that I know why you're doing it, or what's driving you, or what you ended up choosing to do this for. But you did. You put your trust in me, even a little. Don't think I devalue that. Just think about it for a second. Let's assume for a minute that I'm not lying to you, that there is a way for you to get more powerful, quickly, very quickly. What do you think people would do about that? There would be panic. disorder, the Bureau would crack down on it immediately. Given that understanding, do you really think I should be less hush-hush about this than I am being right now? If anything, me being secretive about this shit is the best proof you need. But if you're still not satisfied by that, then wait. Be patient. I promise it's worth it.
She's gonna reach into her jacket and pull out a cigarette and just put it in her mouth. She's not gonna light it or anything because it's a public train.
Mm-hmm.
But she's gonna sit there just like and hold it and be like, I just hate being involved in things.
It's an interesting take on it. Not an uncommon one, though. And I assume that you're gonna wait.
Yep.
Cool.
It's not like she could do anything right now. She's kind of stuck.
I mean, she could get off at the next stop before he wants her to.
That's true. But she'll stay.
Okay. So, about 20 minutes pass. And Simon stands up. This is our stop. And
All right.
when you step off with him, you find that you are in... Vern, give me a name for like a worse town than Maudlin. Worse in terms of less, like, lower tier ability users, but also thereby run down.
Albany.
Albany.
Ooh.
Okay.
It's like the most decrepit fucking place I know of.
You step off the train into Albany. The place we're going isn't far, don't worry. Plus, I'm here. Nobody's gonna touch you.
My hero. Then she's gonna light her cigarette the moment they're off the train.
Yeah. He chuckles. Oh, well, soon you won't need one. And leads the way down to the main street and immediately takes a side street. Then through to an alley. Stands by a dumpster with his back pressed against the wall and knocks on the hard steel twice. Around the corner comes a man in a tall, black coat, face obscured, with glasses and a mask, and wearing a small bowler hat. And he walks towards you two.
It's a bowler hat guy.
She the one? She the one? Yep. Well, maybe. Haven't gotten her to agree yet. Couldn't say much at school. Well, you can say much now. Go ahead and have a few minutes. Tell her what's up. If she agrees, we can strike a deal. He nods. Simon, rather, nods. Okay. You're not going to believe any of this, but I'm going to tell it to you anyway. And I'm going to have to tell you that it's 100% true. Jody, I'm a member of a terrorist group called Spectre. Yeah, I know. But Pretend for a second like you believe this. See, thing is, and you already know this part to be true, there are a lot more mid-tiers and low tiers than there are high tiers. We outnumber them 10 to 1. But society still works the way that it does. Now you can say that that's because the high tiers are so unbelievably powerful. I mean, some of them have, there's records of people having bodily barriers that can't be broken through. The ability to manipulate time itself. How can anybody else stand up against that? But here's the thing. Numbers, regardless of power level, are always the greatest strength. Hell, you know Susie and Lynette. Neither of them would be able to stand against 100 people, all with their own unique abilities swarming them. It's like the grasshoppers and the ants. Doesn't matter how much bigger or stronger you are. If there's more of them, there's more of them. And the longer we're kept down, the less of us understand that. And the less of us understand that, the less of us there actually are. There are even less low tiers and mid tiers aware of our numbers advantage, like really aware of what it means, than there are high tiers in society. I used to be one of those mid tiers. My ability level used to be 2.3. Same as yours. And I didn't train the potential of my foresight to hit 4.6. It happened overnight. And it happened because of him. He nods to the bowler guy.
So let me get this straight. You want me to join your little terrorist club?
No.
And
Immediately wrong. I want to give you a gift. And I want you to use that gift to protect yourself. That's all. You do that, and whatever we do here disappears. Your debt is repaid, and you don't have to worry about anything else. You don't have to be involved. You just have to say yes.
Yes is a pretty dangerous word, though. Give me the details of this gift. Is it surgery, a magical drink, some kind of... I don't know.
It's an aura-enhancing drug. Used to be pretty risky. I was addicted to the shit for 2 years. But we've had some major breakthroughs in the last 6 months. There's no side effects now. It's gradual. It takes a lot longer, though. It takes about a week to finalize. But with each passing day, you'll get a full decimal point raised in your ability level. And here's the kicker. Further enhancement is possible naturally. You can get high enough that you'll be able to work your way up on your own. You could climb the rankings if you really wanted to. Or you could just pretend like you're still not that powerful. Keep it all hush-hush. Whatever works best for you.
This does sound like a pretty dreamy deal, but I don't see it just being a gift for me, what does what he need from me? Why? Why me specifically? I know you said because of Bella and to defend myself. Sure, that's very sweet. But for him just to hand that out to someone that you think needs it, it doesn't seem like a good idea from my standpoint.
Look, Spectre is a society made up of mid-tiers to low tiers. We have very few high tiers available. The very few that we do have, He stops. Can't tell you that. But that's not relevant to you anyway. For those of us that started out as low tiers and mid tiers, we created this to even the playing field, to give us a fighting chance. We've all already used it. Every single member of our organization is now at least a 3.0 because of this drug. We're good. We're set. We don't need it anymore. So we're passing the gift on to others. And we're getting our own returns from it. Not just because some of these people, after getting it, realize it's legit and want to help. Because they want to. But, more importantly, even if you don't decide to help, even you just defending yourself shows the high tiers that they can't do whatever they want anymore without consequence. They can't just strut around the place like they usually can. They have to listen to others. They have to pay attention to how they feel. That is a slow, gradual, societal change that we are implementing throughout the country, slowly but surely, one by one. I picked you out because you're one of the many students at Maudlin who gets trampled on every single day. You're not the first person there that I've talked to either. The others, they just said no. And that's the biggest problem. Getting low tiers and mid tiers to take the chance. The risk of believing me. Believing him. Somebody they don't even know. It's a huge ask. And we can't ask it any other way than spiriting them off by a train and telling them a bunch of stuff that they know if they tell somebody else, they'll get locked up, or worse, brought to the bureau for questioning. We're trying to change society. So people acting in their own self-interest, if that self-interest is just staying alive, that itself would be helping us.
Jody's gonna lean against the and she's going to really think back at all the times where Bella left her with a broken nose, bruised body, black eye, and all the time she kind of sat in Mrs. Cal's office. You know, Simon, it's hard to hope when you're kind of this low in the spectrum. And it's even riskier to try and hope. And this hope you're trying to give me is really going against my instincts. But I do still want to hope. I do want to walk around and not be scared for my own life. Fine. I will take you up on your deal. But don't expect much change from me.
Want to know something funny?
I can't.
Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I wasn't going to say much. Go.
It's just like, this drug messes with aura, which means it's one of the few things my foresight can't see. I didn't get a preview of what you were going to say. And I don't have a preview of how you're going to act later. It's the one time that I get to see the world the way other people do. So, because I fully expected you to say no, thank you. You're not going to regret this. Okay,
I better not.
she's in. Wow, seriously? Damn. You've been bringing me duds for the last few weeks. Yeah, well, what do you expect? You drag him out by train and tell him, oh, we can change your life for the better. That's the most high-tier bullshit I've ever heard in my life.
It really is.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm surprised. But, congrats, kid. He, bowler hat man, pulls out a little capsule box and shakes it. You hear the rattling of pills. He pops it open, gives you a single tiny tablet. You're about to hit the big leagues. So,
And
sorry.
so does he just like hand it over?
Yeah,
Or-
he hands a tablet to you.
She will pop it into her mouth. And hold on, I want to check something real fast. She'll take it. Yeah, she'll just swallow it.
Cool. So, real quick, I just want to check in with everybody. How are we feeling? Nil, I know that you're kind of on a time constraint tonight.
No, I'm good.
Oh.
Not anymore. I fixed that problem today.
Oh.
Yippee! Question mark?
Well, congratulations.
Like I said, I don't have work tomorrow.
You know.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I might have was supposed to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I wish you luck in the future, my friend. We are going to take a break, though, regardless, and then we'll decide if we want to keep going after I get back. But I have had to pee for like an hour, so
Oh no.
we'll be back soon, everybody. Thank you so much for your patience. BRB. We. Back up. Hello, everyone.
Hail.
Okay.
Right.
So, that all happened. And
Jody's out there popping pills.
yep. And back at school, Susie and Ryoma, that conversation y'all had, where Ryoma just like suddenly was like, "Yeah, no, I'll help you do this." Did you guys establish anything about like what exactly is Ryoma even gonna do?
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably not. No.
That's what Susie wants to know. She's like, "The fuck do you mean? What? Help with what? What? Huh? You can't help me win
Fair.
fights,
Yes, I can.
huh?"
Well, fair. Do you want us to just pick up that scene?
I mean, I guess if you guys need to discuss it in character, then sure.
Oh, actually,
I mean, we can discuss it out of character if you want us to.
It's up to you. However you want. This is your
I-
rodeo. I
Fucking
facilitate your character stories. So if you
Oh.
want to talk it out in character, talk it out in character.
I guess we can do it in character, and then at one point we're like, that's probably fine enough in character, we can then switch to out of character.
Of
Yeah.
course, however you want to do it.
So I think the last thing that happened was like, he smiled in front of her and went, yeah, I'm in.
Yep, pretty much.
In on what?
Your whole deal.
Huh?
Your deal.
But-
Your lofty goals and your passion.
But you're a high tier.
And so are you.
He is right, you know.
Yeah, you didn't expect that little switcheroo on you, huh?
But
Oh, I get it. He just like waves his finger for a second, nodding. You're worried because I'm not even like top 5.
no, that's what? No, that's not even like it.
Like that's not
Look,
even in the
you
same hemisphere. Sorry.
Look, you probably already know. I was supposed to be a low tier. I was raised by low tiers. I've seen how low tiers are treated way before they found out that I wasn't.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
But you didn't know that, and you just like blindly just thrust yourself into my general vicinity and suggested to help me with something.
Yeah. Look, it wasn't just something. If you were like, hey, you got the math homework? No, I didn't do it. What? If you needed like, hey, can I share your popcorn? No, get your own. But the fact that you admitted in full honesty that you wanted to change something, so your goal was so unfeasible, almost nigh impossible, I have to help.
She has the most, her jaw is dropped. She has the most offended fucking look on her face, but she's also so fucking confused. Like, what has happened?
Look,
Is this a fever dream?
I mean, a little. Look, my character got the thing he wanted. He's freaking out a little.
And she's like, what the fuck is happening? Who is this guy?
All right.
He's weirder than I thought he was.
Oh, you haven't seen anything yet.
No.
All right. So you seem really confused. So so like take King Arthur for an instance, right? He wouldn't have done anything without his Merlin.
Okay.
Mr. Miyagi and Daniel.
Okay, so what the fuck? What do you plan to do then? Tell me what you plan to do. What is this grandiose
Well, I
plan that
barely
you
know
have,
you,
Mr.
so
Merlin?
Well, I barely know you, so I'm gonna need to know everything there is about you, and then with that, I can understand your power. Then I can make small tweaks to make you better.
This person's fucking crazy.
Don't make me laugh that hard.
She has
Just
the most
fucking cool,
dumbfounded look on her face, and she just stares at him like. And she's thinking in her head, she's like, "Oh, this guy's on something."
I'm on life, man.
Like, oh, this guy is on something. Oh, you some kind of drug addict. Okay.
Oh, boy.
She's like, oh shit, is that the bell? I really should go.
Really? Really? The oh shit, is that the bell? That's the best you could do. Oh shit, it
The
was
bell
the bell.
actually rings.
Oh. Well, we can meet up later. Well, yeah, now that, if you actually go to do this, even if I don't help you, if I don't rat you out, I'm now an accomplice, and I also go to prison? Because that's how the law works. So you're either roped in with me, or I'm now just a bystander who gets caught up in it. He leans in and whispers, "That means you're stuck with me, Susie Q."
What is... When did prison come up?
Right now. Well, see you later.
Wait.
Steps on the railing of the roof, gives her a salute, and just falls off.
What the fuck, bro? Are you?
And then I float down.
She like jumps over to the fucking edge, and she just sees him on the ground already. Just fine.
No, she sees him. How would you describe it? How would you describe it, Ryoma?
He just falls off, and then when she runs over to look over, he's just probably like standing, like feet on the building, a little lower, and he smiles at her and goes, "You do care." And then he just turns and walks down the side of the building.
Fucking Gojo ass.
What is this?
Me as a human being.
Fuck.
Like,
she's like, what is this
me as
gravity-defying fuck?
I would keep this man far away from me as possible.
Unfortunately, dibs.
Dibs? What? Dibs on what? What?
I don't know. Most of your free time.
Oh my god.
She's just fucking confused, perplexed, concerned, looks at her uneaten lunch in the bag, and is just like, oh, fuck. And has to go to class.
Yeah, you can eat in class. It's fine. You're number 8 on the charts now.
What the fuck
She's gonna be so fucking as polite as possible and be like super quiet while she's trying to eat it.
The teacher looks at you kind of surprised that you're doing that at all, because that is definitely not something that you normally do. But he does shrug. He's like,
what others would normally not do, but she tries to be a good girl.
Right, exactly.
At least to the teachers.
Yeah. That's why they're surprised, and also why he's just like, probably had a rough day. I mean, she just became number 8. So, immediately after school ends, Susie, you get out of class, and you're stopped by someone, but it's not Ryoma.
Oh fuck! It's even worse.
It is, excuse me, the number 10 slot.
Oh shit!
Zulin.
Oh no!
Zulin is slightly shorter than Trevelyan, the king, who, as a reminder, is 6'3".
Oh fuck, Scoot.
Susie's
like, what did I make her like 5'6", 5'7"?
I think so, yeah, something like that. Zulin's got his hair up in Liberty spikes, multiple tattoos, and wears a studded jacket constantly.
Oh man.
My God.
Oh.
And he has the ability that you guys just wrote. So, he's like,
She is afraid. She is very afraid.
I do want to say, you know how you have an issue with being called Suze? He exclusively calls you that.
Oh, fuck. Of course he does. Where the fuck do you learn that nickname from?
Yesterday.
Oh, God.
So this would actually be the first time he calls you Suze. And he's like, "Sup, Suze? Heard you got number 8. Congrats. You
I
finally
fucking
beat
Twitches.
Yeah, you finally beat the other flea sitting right next to you. Who knows?
Really?
Maybe someday you'll be able to climb your way up to the big dogs. But of course, by then, I'll be sitting in T's spot. So just, get comfy. I'm
Question.
gonna be down here a while.
Can she
What's
just
up?
fight him right now?
She could certainly try.
He is number-wise. He has the bigger number.
He does have the bigger number. He got the double digit, man.
His ability level is 6.0. So he's about 3 decimals above you.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. She's got to start training more.
I got you, fam. That's what I'm here for.
She's got to go to the power plant and fucking throw herself between a couple of voltages and just fucking endure it.
Oy.
That's
Alright, then.
probably like the best way for her to train, to be honest. It's
Maybe.
just how much can her body handle for how long.
So yeah, he just came by to razz you, and he walks away, smug as ever. You see a couple of his groupies latching onto either arm.
But
Yep. Yeah, he's definitely one of those.
she just rolls her eyes and goes off. What day is it?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. She's gonna head home then. She'll probably stop by, I don't know, convenience store and grab an ice cream on the way home.
Cool. Ryoma, do you harass her first?
Probably not like actively, but I am. But if it's the convenience store near school, I almost live there.
Oh,
I go there
no.
so frequently. I call the store clerk by his first name. You know, like those fucking weirdos who go into stores and refer to the clerks by their first names.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck, that's me. I did that. I used to do that.
Oh, that's sad.
I'm sorry.
Ow!
Is Ryoma the "where's my hug at" kind of guy?
No, I'm just gonna not leave. I'm
Oh,
not gonna say
God.
where's my hug. I'm just gonna be like, so where are we going? I'm just gonna insert myself in our plans.
That's almost worse.
Alright, so
what?
here's the
You're
scene,
adding
okay?
stuff.
She walks into the fucking convenience store minding her own goddamn business. She's got like one earbud in and she's like listening to her music as she's like looking for which flavor of ice cream she wants to buy for today.
The door next to her opens. Like, probably whatever is next to the ice cream. Ryoma smiles at her and like points at one of the like particular ice creams and then grabs something else from his fridge.
What the fuck? How did you
What?
She like looks at the front door, looks at you. When did you
What? I watched it. I saw you come in. I was already here.
What? Why are you here already? What the fuck?
What do you mean? Why am I here already? This
Nothing.
is like my place.
She like she just like waves her hands and just walks away. She's like, no. I'm
He
crazy.
goes,
It's
wait,
fine.
wait, look. Did she turn around?
Oh no, she started walking towards the counter to go buy her shit.
Well, never mind. I can't. I have to grab one. He rushes up to the counter. When she goes to pay for her stuff, he puts a Suzy Q on the table as well.
I she's gonna stare at it and then look at him like, are you trying to make fun of me?
I want one now, by the way. Just putting that out there.
Funny.
What's a Susie Q?
Oh, let me get a picture of it.
Okay,
Let's
thank
get the
you.
whole box. Why do I have this in my photos?
They're pretty good.
I love it.
What the fuck is a Susie Q?
I sent it to the where the general. I guess I sent it to the general chat of this.
The VC. Oh, those
VC,
look yummy! I've
They're
never seen
amazing.
that in my life.
They're so good and they're cheap, and then you eat the whole box and you wonder where your life went wrong.
Oh fuck, no, not again.
Oh man, you still get to wonder.
Oh damn.
So,
Guys. So she stares at the box of Susie Q's and looks at him like, are you making fun of me?
Eh, maybe a little, but like it's like good spirited fun, not the fun where you're like you should walk me outside and hit me. Not that fun.
You should hit him.
Probably.
She's thinking about it. She's like, right. So I'm just gonna buy my ice cream now and yeah.
yeah, clerk rings you up, and then as he does it, he's like an acne-riddled college student. His
Poor
name's
guy.
Jeff.
What up, Jeff?
He looks over. Oh my god. He also knows your name, by the way.
Yes, it makes sense.
He looks over at you, Ryoma, and he's like, could you stop harassing the customers, please?
But I would have you know that me and her go way back.
Here's your bag, miss.
Thank you. And she squints at the name tag. Does it just say Jeff?
Geoff, yes.
Jeff. She gives him like a finger gun, like a single finger gun, and then like dips and heads out.
Have a nice day. And then he just stares at Ryoma for a second.
Oh, I
And,
thought
like-
Ryoma was following me.
Is he?
Honestly.
I'm not gonna fight you home. That's fucking weird.
Great. But yeah, then he just
At least
stares.
Yes, Dad.
They're just, significantly lower than they should be.
I'm excited, okay?
He just stares at Ryoma for a second and like shakes his head like, come on, man.
What?
If she says no, she says no.
He pauses. She hasn't said. In actuality, we had a very long heart-to-heart today. Just so you know, we're pretty close.
Yeah,
I
sure.
think maybe I shouldn't have jumped off the roof. That's probably too much.
Fucking high tiers. 2.5.
This poor
guys,
fucking
the-
I have
guy.
more popcorn and I guess the box of Suzy Q's, which are just going to be used as a moderate metaphor and plot device.
Cool.
I love it here, honestly.
Remind me.
Out of character.
So, Ryoma, as I recall, you have a lot of siblings, right?
Yes.
Cool.
He has a lot of siblings.
Like an
Cool.
uncomfortable amount of siblings.
Yeah, most of them don't come around anymore because they're off, being fucking adults.
Right.
But like, some of them come around because parents are rich and money.
Right.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That does sound about right. So, you head home. And,
Sorry.
you're good. Or at least I assume you head home. Do you go somewhere other than home, Ryoma?
No, I'm gonna go home. I have to think about stuff.
Cool. Now, I want you to describe for me, what is your home life like?
It's I think the best way to describe it is if like, so his dad and his mom are often in the same room together. They don't really talk much. There's not a lot of talking.
Mhm.
Like one would be in like the living room reading, one would be cleaning or something. He could walk into a room and go, "Hey guys, good morning." Today, yeah, and he would have the whole conversation himself,
Mm-hmm.
unless there was
Oh.
something wrong. When they would go sit, and then it's I sit and listen and only talk when they tell me I can talk.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Gotcha. Cool. Remind me, what are your parents' abilities again?
Opening our chat because my memory is like a dying gazelle.
I can't recall if we
Same.
actually put it down in chat or if we discussed it during
No.
last session.
No, I know. His mother has telekinesis.
Okay. And I think his father's was a kind of barrier.
Yeah, yes. My dad can make barriers. Mom had telekinesis.
Right.
I feel
Okay,
like I
gotcha.
remember you guys talking about that.
Yeah.
Not like I
Cool.
remember much else in my fucking life, but I seem to remember that.
Bro,
Hmm.
mood.
So, when you get home today, you see one of your brothers at the table.
Oh no.
Like, we'll say probably about 4 years older than you. And he is eating just a massive, like, Subway foot long length sandwich.
Oh fuck
Sounds
yeah.
so good, bro. He just waltzes in, plops down next to him, and goes, "Hey, bro."
Hey, he doesn't even look at you.
Is it like the sandwich is like cut in half, or is it all just the one big thing?
No, it's all the one big thing.
What a dick.
I don't know why hearing Neil fucking say that shit is so fucking funny.
He just like he looks around and leans in and goes, "So, why you home?"
Dropped out.
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah.
Why?
He takes a quick bite from his sandwich, then chews it some, swallows, and sets the sandwich down. Promise you won't tell mom and dad?
They hate me, man. So yeah, no.
They're about to hate me too.
You dropped out. You could figure something else out. You can get a good job or something.
I lost my
What?
ability, Ryoma.
That's his eyes just go wide. That's not possible. That's not a thing.
You know, so this guy. Oh, fuck. Vern, give me a name.
Lance.
Andrew.
I'll take Andrew. Lance Lance is one of my characters.
Oh shit, that's right. Sorry.
You're good. So, Andrew. Andrew, Ryoma's older brother, 4-year difference. Ability. It's a version of the barrier, but it's a more offensive version. One that he can. Basically, it's like a straight wall that he can maneuver at will. So he can kind of make it kind of like a saw if he wants to, spin it around, give it razor blades, like just by thinning the barrier enough. Or he can just straight up use it as a barrier. We'd probably call this just keep it simple, movable barrier. Level probably like 5.7, pretty high. He raises his hand in exactly the same motion that he always uses to call up his barrier. Nothing shows up.
What? What? How did this happen? What happened?
I don't know. It was late. I was drunk. Some guys came up in a white van. Bunch of mid-tiers, low-tiers. I should have been able to fight them off, but one of them stuck a needle in my neck.
You shouldn't let them get that close.
I tried, man. I did everything I could.
I guess there was one of you and a few of them.
A lot of them, man. There were like 10 of them. Managed to take out a good like 4 or 5 before they got up on me and then passed out.
And like you don't have any. You don't feel it at all.
It's
Maybe-
not.
Maybe
My whole aura's blocked off. If it's even there anymore, I can't. I don't feel it there anymore.
he leans like he just leans back, his eyes just wide in disbelief.
It's like I lost a limb. And I can't even find it on the ground anywhere. It's not even like physically present. It never really was, but it was, you know? Like the sensation you get whenever you move something.
He just nods.
You
slowly.
can't even imagine how it feels to not have that feeling anymore. And I already sent in reports to the Bureau. I've talked to a bunch of people, and there's still a lot that I can't even talk about. Like, legally, I can't say. But
Where were you when this happened?
I was off in Elmsmond. Elmsmond is very, very far away. It's like a few hours away by car. It's where he was studying.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of protections that I can pull up. You know, I'm not going to get mugged on my way to the grocery store or anything. But, or at least not right now, but those will run out within a year if I don't get it back. If there is a way to get it back.
If it's some kind of drug that they stabbed you with, then there has to be an antidote. It's something that we can figure out. Were you, I don't know, flaunting your powers at all, or?
No, not more than anybody else, mind? I mean,
Then what you?
I don't know. Maybe it's got something to do with our family connections. Look, the main reason I'm telling you all of this is so you can watch your back. Alright? If it is something to do with mom and dad, maybe they got mixed in with the wrong crowd or some shit, they don't tell us anything.
He nods.
They could come after you too.
Maybe.
Nobody deserves this.
Well, they won't want me in the room when you go to tell them, so I'll make myself scarce. And hey, we gotta figure this out.
He like grits his teeth and shakes his head. I hope so.
With that, Ryoma gets up, like pats his brother's shoulder, and probably leaves the house.
Yeah. So you'll stay away for like a couple of hours. When you get back, Andrew's no longer at the table. But you do hear a little bit of sobbing from one of the what used to be empty rooms in this very big house. Seems like he's gonna be here, at least for the moment.
That makes sense.
So, uh, so that we're not leaving on a downer note, Jody, you get home that night after taking the pill, wondering if you've done something awful, something that might just fuck up your entire life every possible way. What is your home life like right now?
Right now, I would say it's kind of what you would expect from just a house of low tiers. They're pretty mundane, quiet, and probably when she gets home at around, well, you'd say like 7,
Mm-hmm.
they would probably be like, "Where were you?" All that stuff, but they probably wouldn't pry too much, knowing that she's safe.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it's pretty kind of just like a basic household.
Cool. Good. So you get home, and after, the usual dinner and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
you've got your homework done. You are lying in bed. And there is... I assume that if you're gonna smoke in your own room, you open the window to try to let out the smell and not let people know.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than lying in your bed, you've got the window open. You're just staring out into the night. And the smoke is rising from your cigarette, as if taunting you. You were told that you would be getting stronger gradually over the course of a week or two. But some part of you really wants to check. Do you humor it?
Yes, she will. She'll kind of like reach up and grab the smoke like a handle and see if she can make like an axe out of just smoke.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a will check.
And so, do I just click submit?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Jesus.
Your will is strong. Your ability, not so much. You have been able to make, like... What's the sharpest blade that you've been able to make? Like, the largest, most effective weapon you've been able to make before?
I believe the most effective weapon that she's ever been able to make was a javelin.
Okay. Focus it all in the tip. Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty large. So...
She specializes in missile, so...
Right. You try to make that tip become an axe head. And as you let the smoke kind of pour in, shaping up, it looks somehow darker tonight. More solid. And when you look up at the head, you don't see an axe. But you do see a halberd.
Oh.
You blink, and it disappears for a second. So, thinking, no, that's stupid. They said it would take a couple of weeks. It's got to be a fluke.
Mm-hmm.
You try again. It's bigger. And it stays there.
She would feel excitement for half a second, but it just kind of sticks in her head at how if this drug actually does help, how fucking unnaturally kind of gross it is.
Mm-hmm.
And so she feels kind of a little gross about it. But she does like play with it a little bit. She's like, I'm surprised this actually works.
Yeah.
And she's going to actually take the cigarette out of her mouth, and she's going to like put it out and put it into the trash, and then she's gonna get on the computer and she's gonna look up information on this terrorist group.
Okay. Roll computers.
Okay,
There's his skill.
guess we'll steal. Woo! Fuck.
Fuck. Yeah. You try Googling Spectre, and what you get is a bunch of dumb, like, creepypastas and false horror stories.
I like to think she likes those, so she kind of reads them.
Yeah. Sounds like a
She's
plan.
like, oh.
Well, we went ahead and touched on everybody else's home lives. So, I'm pretty sure, based on everything, that Susie would be living in the school dorms. Does that sound about right, Vern?
I didn't know there were school dorms.
There are school dorms.
Then yes.
Cool. Would you prefer her to be in a different living situation where there are not school dorms?
No, that's fine.
Okay. So your roommate, because everybody is given a roommate that is of relative skill compared to them in terms of abilities, to avoid for immense like fights in the middle of, the night. Or worse, kids not fucking waking up in the morning. Your roommate is a certain kind of gothic girl who you know to be the stereotypical high tier, named Bella Caliker.
Fuck.
I fucking knew it the second you said goth girl. God damn it.
Same.
Yep. And when you get back to your dorm, she's already there reading a book. It's one of the Twilight books that you have seen her read 100 fucking times, and she keeps reading it.
Susie's probably read that book before. She fucking thinks it's trash. So she thinks Bella's taste is trash.
Mm-hmm. And when you enter the room, she just gives a quick, hey.
Hey.
They're probably going to swap me out for Lynette. In terms of the room, I mean.
Why?
Well, you beat her.
Yeah.
So, it's not safe for her to be rooming with the Jack anymore.
Jack?
The Jack of the school. King, Queen, Jack. The Jack of the school is...
I know what a king, queen, and Jack are, but the fuck? She rooms with the Jack?
Yeah. She used to. Or she does for the moment. Probably won't anymore. What
does that mean? Wait, so does that mean that you're going in with the Jack? Well, that doesn't make any sense.
They're changing up a lot of the rooms to make this work. Turns out, when you scale the hierarchy, there's got to be a lot of fix-ups. But
they may as well not bother and climb the next one soon.
Man, you really are ambitious. Well, either way, I mean, even when you do beat the next one up, they're not going to swap you out at that point. If you haven't noticed, numbers 10 and 9 are both boys. The Jack is female. And the Queen really likes to have her own room. And they can't exactly rightfully give Lynette her own room. But Philomena and I are cool, so I'm a lot safer in there than Lynette is. You know what I mean?
She shrugs and she's like, alright. Whatever, I'm not in charge of the school.
And she goes back to reading.
And Susie has already eaten her ice cream on the way there and just fucking, like, I don't know, lays in bed, does her homework, goes to sleep.
Yep. And you all go to sleep that night with good news, bad news, mixed news all around. And as the night wanes and we meet the midpoint of the week, none of you would know that across the country, in the capital city, just named Capital, the most powerful man in the nation is staring at a computer screen with all three of your faces plastered on it.
What the fuck?
And we're going to cap it there. Thank you so
Okay.
much for
Oh,
joining me
no.
this week, everybody. Or rather,
Oh,
this month.
Okay.
Yeah, this
I
is a
forgot it's
monthly thing, huh?
Yep,
Aw.
it is. So you're going to have a while to wait.
God
Though-
damn.
I don't know. Depending on whatever happens, we may end up
With
turning it into an every other week thing.
I would like a
Depends.
bi-weekly one. That'd be cool.
That would be cool. We'll see what happens. Either way, thank you so much to everybody in the crowd for watching tonight. If you're just tuning in now or tuned in midway and didn't quite know what was going on, you can feel free to skip to whatever part of the VOD will let you know. It's probably going to be near to the beginning of it all, maybe like 5 minutes in. That's usually when I move in from the starting soon screen. And if any of you guys want to catch any of us playing video games or other tabletop games and stuff, Vern has a stream over at twitch.tv/Vernadera. Let me put that in the chat. That
What up?
I'm-
I'm 19 and never fucking learned how to read.
I'm usually on, or at least I'm on often. And when I'm not on her stream, I stream myself. There's a link on my channel that is to my Twitch, where I play mostly Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail, to be perfectly honest with you. Every Sunday I have Self-Care Sundays, and every Sunday night I have, or rather we, because Vern joins me and so does Salty, have
Cool.
Dungeons and Dragons and Pathfinder and various other tabletop stuff that we do every week. So that's Sundays at noon for Self-Care Sunday for me, and Sundays at 7 for our tabletop stuff. And
Mhm.
Vern occasionally puts schedules on her Twitter.
Ah,
Let me put that in chat too.
I barely fucking do a schedule anymore. Shit's too crazy these days, yo.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, I'll
Yeah.
save myself the trouble. Salty, Nil, are y'all doing anything you want to plug real quick?
No,
Salty
I'm good.
streams. Salty's a streamer. Salty's a VTuber.
I know.
Yeah, they are.
So,
I do drugs.
Twitch.tv, the salty sweater _.
Oh no, my lord.
yeah, let me. I'll
Check
go
out
ahead
the
and put a link in
Femboy
there.
Octo.
Yep. I'll put a link. The salty sweater. Why is the sweater salty?
Yeah, why is the sweater salty?
I assumed it was tears.
Ocean water.
Oh, that's fair.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Honestly, I was with Nil on that. I thought it was tears.
I went, wow, for once my brain was in the gutter. All right, everybody. Thank you so much again for joining us tonight. I hope you all have a wonderful night, and I will see you all later. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.